Introduction to the Data Model, Topic 3, the Class Library. The learning objectives for this topic are to have an overview of the class library and how it can be used. So the class library, an object's class or its type, defines the properties and relationships it has. Objects can have multiple classes, and this is known as multiple inheritance. The class library is defined using definition files. These list the properties and again the relationships that the object can be part of. So for example here we have the class file for a well-bore. We can see that it has a superclass, so that means it inherits properties from its parent class, and in this case it can accept additional properties. But we know that any object that is a well-bore should have the following measurements. It should have a wellhead pressure, a wellhead temperature and a choke. It should have a slot and it's of type string. It should have a status, area, description and documents. And the documents property is multi is true, so it can have multiple documents, and these are of type doclink. So we know that these are handled differently from strings. Now the class library is optional. You can create objects without it, but by having the class library it adds more power, more usefulness to the data model. So if we look here at an existing model, this is our model of our simple major accident hazard. We can see here it has a class. It's the top event is a major accident hazard. If we reveal the relationships on this major accident hazard, we find that it has a parent class. So that means that we can find this object by either its parent class or its direct or child class. So in this case, this object, you could say, has two types. It has a superclass of asset object and it has a individual class of major accident hazard. The class library is a big topic. It's extremely useful and we'll go into it in more detail in another time, but it's useful to know a little bit about it now.